Bria Toussaint with Black Celebrity Giving, and this is multimedia personality Rashan Ali.
Hi, Bria.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay, so my first question for you is, you are the founder of Sporty Girls Incorporated. Can you tell us a little bit about your organization and why you started it?
Okay. Well, I started Sporty Girls Incorporated back in 2006, and it is to encourage minority girls to swim, play golf, tennis, and soccer, while teaching them lifestyle skills and just encouraging them to be better people. And I wanted to start an organization like this because as a student athlete or as a swimmer from the time I was 5, competitive swimmer from the time I was 5, I never really saw a lot of little girls who looked like me. There have been more black swimmers, obviously, from that point up until now, but you don't see it a lot. And I chose golf, tennis, and soccer because when African American girls, minority girls in general, do things or decide to participate in these particular sports, we do them well. We just stop before we can go to college for free, or we just stop because our hair, we stop because of boys, we stop because any type of girls tend to stop sports right before it can make a difference in their lives. And so our organization is to try to keep them on the straight and narrow during that 13, 14, 15 year stage and hopefully get them in line so that they can get a full scholarship. So I know the difference that sports has made in my life, from the type of woman I am, the type of discipline I have. I think it all came from me being an athlete and being involved in organized sports at a very early age. And so that's what Sporty Girls is all about. We put on camps every summer. We have free clinics throughout the year for girls ages 8 to 18. So as many girls as we can affect and change their lives, that's what we're doing.
That's really cool. So you were talking about working with minority girls, and I'm a student at Spelman College, and I know that you're also a HBU graduate. Do you think that going to a historically black college contributed to your desire to work with minority girls?
Oh, absolutely. But then, then again, on the flip side of that, I think that we're all put here to give. That is the rent you pay for living. So I truly believe that you can't succeed in this life without giving. So no matter where I landed in school, I was going to be giving. My parents always gave back. My dad's a high school football coach. My mom was always very active in our sorority, so it was always something that was embedded in me. But I think having come from an HBCU and seeing, basically knowing who I am from my surroundings, I think that just gave me the type of advantage that I needed to know what being black was, because you saw black people from all types or all walks of life. And me being a middle class girl, you saw upper class blacks, you saw lower, you just saw everything, and it made me appreciate who I am and whose I am. So the HBCU experience was one of the best, and I will encourage my daughters to go to an HBCU. I didn't even apply to any other school outside of the HBCU realm, so I'm an advocate for HBCUs. It made me who I am, absolutely.
So where did you attend college?
I went to Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, founded in 1887. See, I'm ready. No, I went to FAMU. I'm a Rattler to the core. I graduated in 1997, magna cum laude, with the Bachelor of Science degree in broadcast journalism. I love FAMU, period, point blank. There's nothing you can do about it. I always say if somebody would take me back to 1992, 93, when I was deciding on what school I wanted to go to, and say, you know what, I'm going to give you $1 million to go to another college, I would definitely turn it down, because that experience was invaluable. It was awesome.
I honestly feel like that's how a lot of people feel about HBCU.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is a great experience.
It's awesome.
Okay, so back to Sporty Girls. What are your future visions or goals for the organization?
Great question. My 10-year plan is to have a facility with an Olympic-sized swimming pool. I would like a 9-hole golf course, tennis courts, soccer fields, dormitories. I wanted to be the hub for female athletes, not just minority girls at that point, but for female athletes all across the country and the world. I want to be able to serve, and I want it to be one of those elite facilities that people say, wow, I'm going to send my daughter to the Sporty Girls tennis camp this summer. Well, we put camps on throughout the year.
One of my favorite quotes is, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." So what does this quote mean to you as you reflect back on your experiences through community service? Do you think that you found yourself through working with others?
Wow, that's a great quote and a great question. I've always had a sense of who I am, but you get a better sense of who you are through other people. And I don't know, as I said earlier, it's just something that I was always that kid that wanted to help the younger students when I was in elementary school and in high school. Like, I was always just involved because I just thought that's how you were supposed to be. Like, I didn't know any other way. So you can find yourself in other people by their situations and being able to help make them better, and in turn they make you better. Because every time I go serve, it warms my heart by a story, by a smile, anything. It just does, and it makes me feel good because I know that all of this is bigger than me. It's serving a greater purpose than who I am. So I never get caught up in, wow, I'm doing this for someone. I'm just a vessel. That's it. Yeah.
So besides Sporty Girls, what's another way that you like to give back to the community?
I mean, this past weekend I spoke at student athlete award ceremony for DeKalb County students, and I was at Bear Creek Middle School speaking to the 6th graders on Friday. I'm always doing something in the community. Also just implemented a new program with the local Boys and Girls Club called Reading and Radio, just to teach children the importance of reading. Obviously that's something that's been taught to us from the beginning, but just how it correlates with radio, from reading bios to formulating questions to writing commercial scripts to reading them, and just teaching the self-esteem and being able, they had to come up with their own DJ names and be able to project and all those things, because being on the microphone you have to have confidence. So it just all comes full circle, the confidence and knowing who you are and creating a personality for yourself and all those things. So that's just a little bit of what I do. I'm always out there. I'm always out there, and I'm glad. I get a lot of requests. I've just learned how to say, okay, I've already been to 4 schools this week. I've just learned how to say no, just because of my schedule. But I'm always willing to lend a helping hand or try to make a difference. And try to be an influence, a good one. Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, so were there any setbacks that you experienced when starting your organization that somebody else that maybe wanting to start a nonprofit organization may learn from?
Yes, it's very hard to ask people for money. I have to deal with that because, in Atlanta, I'm a radio personality, and then I'm a TV personality, and so people, they know me a little bit, but I don't use it like I need to use it, and that's just something I deal with because it's just hard for me to say, hey, I've got this great group of girls and we need about 50 grand to make sure that camp is paid for. It's just, it's taken me a lot of time to even be able to ask for $500 or $200. It's just that I get in my own way, and I'm sure my board members they get mad at me because I don't, it's just hard for me to ask other people for stuff. I just want people to say, hey, here's some money, and I know it doesn't work like that, especially in the nonprofit world, but I just need to get out my own way, and I know my own problem. I know my problems. I probably could have so much more if I would just be more willing to ask people for it. And my mom has always said I'm humble to a fault. So that's the part of humility that I got to get over. Yeah, so I would say be ready to ask, and it's not very easy. To me, it has been there. But there are some worker bees out there that are like, hey, I represent Sporty Girls, let me get $20,000, so, just don't be afraid to ask, because it's not about you. I have to make sure that people know it's not about me. the person. It's about these girls. And so I got to make sure that's what I'm representing and that's what I believe. Because sometimes I think they're going to say, well, it's not me asking for money, it's for the organization. So I got to get out of my own way. So be willing to ask.
Well, if somebody would like to donate to your organization or learn more about your organization or become involved, how could they do that?
Well, you can always log on to sportygirlsinc.org. The donate button is right there. You can have information about our programs, the things that we've done, videos, testimonials, all that good stuff. You can meet our board members. But yeah, we always take anything, and no donation is too small. You see that pitch? No donation is too small. No, so yeah, sportygirlsinc.org. That's where we are.
Okay. Well, besides being a TV multimedia personality, you also were in a movie.
Yeah,
and you're also an author. So
yes.
tell us a little bit about those two.
Well, I've been in a few movies. The last movie I was in was Three Can Play That Game alongside Vivica Fox. That was back in 2006. And I had a very, very, very small role in Gabrielle Union's new TV series or TV show that's coming on BET called Being Mary Jane. I played board member number 4, something like that. But it's a speaking role, but you just never know. It could hit the cutting board. You know, I'm not trying to be negative. I just know TV pretty well. So just doing that. I dibble and dabble in acting, and but I'm very proud of my book that I just wrote called Piper's Skies, Pink Popsicle Shoes. It's about a little girl in this town who had these magical shoes that made her jump higher and kick harder and run faster than everybody else. But there was a moral of the story is that the 2 little girls in the town wanted to bribe her with the things that she liked the most to get her to let them wear her shoes. And she stood on the fact that if you want something from somebody, just simply ask. Even if it's your friend, you don't have to bribe them for anything. So this is the beginning of an empire that I would like to build for girls sporting gear, clothes, obviously the Pink Popsicle Shoes. We're looking for hopefully a release of that by the end of the year. More books, television animation, all kinds of things. Because I just feel like it's important. Me, the mother of 2 African American girls, that they have something to hold on to and relate to.
So who are you going for in the playoffs?
Well, I really think that the Heat are going to repeat. I really do. They're really, really strong. LeBron just having won his 4th MVP in 5 years. They're just pretty much unstoppable, and the way he's playing is just, I don't see anybody stopping them or really giving them any type of fight. Now the Bulls may do that in the second round because they're a more physical team, but that Heat team is very hard to beat. They're very hard to beat. I don't even think LeBron has peaked, which is very scary. That's very scary. That type of talent doesn't come around very often. He's an incredible player. Incredible player. So like you see, I went to my sports. I was ready. I love sports. So yeah. I think the Heat are gonna win it.
It was really great listening to you, and I know that you are the host of a radio station.
Yes, I am.
So if people would like to listen to you more, how can they do that?
They can. I am the host of the Streets Morning Grind on Atlanta's new hip hop station, Streets 94.5. You see my radio voice went right into that. So you can listen online, Streets 945 ATL, or on the TuneIn app. We're on Streets 945 on the TuneIn app, so you can take us wherever you go. My Twitter handle is @Rashan Ali and @Streets 945 ATL, and I'm also the social media correspondent for NBA TV. So I do that. I'm on a show called Fantasy Insider, which we do fantasy basketball, which is really, really fun throughout the year, and it ends right before the playoffs. So I do the playoffs, social media for the playoffs as well. So I was there on Saturday, and I'll be back next Saturday. So busy life, but great life.
So if people would like to keep up with your organization, do you have your social media contact?
Oh yes, @Sporty Girls Inc. on Twitter, and Sporty Girls Incorporated on Facebook as well, and Instagram. So we're everywhere, and RashanAli.net. And RashanAli.com is about to launch. I finally got my name back after 10 years of fighting for it. So my website is about to relaunch soon. So, but for now, RashanAli.net. So yeah. Giving is good. It just encompasses so much. I know that giving is the rent we pay for living. Giving is good because it makes your heart feel good and it makes you feel better as a person. And I just hope and pray that we all know that God put us here to give. We reach back, pull people with us, and catapult them forward. And that is what giving is good means to me.